Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another roll featuring Monta, and this is going to be one of the last few purple belt rolls before the brown belt arc starts. So right here, he's going to pull into a half guard position, and I'm going to try to get a nice strong grip on the collar. And what I'm going to start to do is try to pass to my left, his right. He's going to stop me right here. I'm going to get back on my knees, and he's going to start clamping down on my left arm. So I'm going to sit my left hip as close to him as possible, trying to feed out that lapel and work on my half guard passing. But right here, he's going to try to roll me over. I'm going to be able to free my legs and come up on top into an over-under passing position. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my bread and butter right here. But what I'm going to try to start doing now is work on the dog bar position, the knee bar from the over-under. So right here, I'm trying to hyperextend that knee. I'm not able to do it, so I'm just going to pass into the side control position. But Monta is going to be up on his elbow right here, and I'm going to get into a body lock position behind him. And what he's going to try to do is try to roll me over, and I'm going to be able to stay behind him, get that body lock position. Now I'm going to start working on that seatbelt grip and trying to get to the back. Right here, he's going to roll to his side. I'm going to try to get behind him. I'm not able to do so, and he ends up back in front of me. So right here, he's going to lock up the close guard, and now I'm going to have to start working from the close guard position. I'm going to look at the clock just to make sure I have enough time to get my passing game going. So right here, he's working on trying to isolate one of those arms, bring it across the center line, and go for a sweep. I'm going to be able to kind of pressure into him and free my arm, and he's going to go for an arm clamp on the opposite arm. And now that the close guard is open, I'm going to try to pass, but he's going to get into a half guard position here. So right here, he's got a nice grip on my sleeve, and my right arm is actually occupied. So he's just going to hip into me and almost gets the sweep right here, but I'm able to get my feet back from back under me and force him back to the mat. That was a very dangerous position I was in because both my arms were occupied and I had no base behind me. So right here, I'm using one of my half guard, my sneaky half guard passes. So what I do is I weave my right hand in between the legs, grab the pants, and with my left hand, I grab the sleeve, and I kind of fall to the side, kind of as a feint, and that usually prompts people to come up. And what I do is I pull the legs and the arm and end up in the side control position. So right here, Monta knows my game, so he's not going to let me get into that position. So what I'm going to have to end up doing is just forcing his back to the mat, and then I'm just going to have to pass the traditional way right here. As you can see, he's not going for the bait, so I kind of just roll back to my knees, and now what I'm going to do is bring my left knee up and strip the grip that he has on my sleeve, and I'm going to start to try to pass the traditional way here. So right here, I'm going to grab a grip on the lapel, and what I'm going to try to do now is get into a combat stance by lifting my right knee, but he's going to come up on a single leg, and I'm able to free my leg, and then we're going to end up standing right here. So that was almost a dangerous position for me. If he would have held on to that single leg and kind of ran the pipe, I probably would have lost the 2 points on the takedown there. So right here, we're in a standing position, and we're gonna have some video blockage right here while one of the brown belts clears the black belt from the mat. So right here, I've got a grip on the lapel and a grip on the sleeve. This is kind of like my standard gripping position, and I kind of just like to force the person into me just to see where they're gonna step. Right here, I pull into half guard very, very lazily, and Monta almost gets runs the pipe with that single leg again. That was a very crappy half guard pull. Again, if you're gonna pull guard, pull convincingly, pull to the point where they, they're not able to kind of just like pass your guard or get into a dominant position. So right here, I get the collar drag and I pull him over me, and I got that single leg. I'm going to get the single leg, and I'm going to switch my grip into the lapel, and now he's going to hit me with a sumigaeshi and start exposing my back. And I try to spin and get out of it, but he's going to get me in a back position and then get me into a side control position. So he really reversed that single leg by grabbing the belt, hitting the sumigaeshi, and forcing me to get into a turtle position, and then him taking the back. So now we are going to be, well, I'm going to be stuck in a side control position here. So right here, I'm going to start just making my frames and getting out of the side control back into a closed guard position. I'm not really big into the buggy chokes from this negative position. I'd rather just make my frames and do it the traditional way and get back. So right here, I'm able to bump, make the frame, get my knee back inside, and get into the closed guard position. The very basic things that you learn from white belt. So right here, I'm trying to go for a Kimura, but I'm realizing I'm not going to be able to get it. So I tried to, what I was reaching for was the belt, but then I realized that his belt is no longer on. So I'm trying to get back into a closed guard position, trying to figure out how I'm going to stop him from getting hunkered down. I'm looking at the clock just to make sure that there's enough time to actually start going. So right here, he's doing a very good job of just keeping his weight heavy, and I'm not really able to kind of get my offensive moves going from the closed guard. So what I'm going to start doing here is I'm just going to take both my arms, I'm going to frame against his shoulders, get my legs on the inside, and trying to set up an open guard position right here. He's going to actually walk to the side and almost pass my guard, so I have to get into a turtle position and stand back up, and we're going to be standing, but then he's going to go for his own collar drag and pick up that single leg, and he's going to walk that single leg or run that single leg all the way down to the end of the mat, rolling into other people. There's 5 seconds left. He's going to look at the clock, and then he's going to like make a fake move right there, and almost gets me, and that's going to be the end of the roll. So let's get right into this takeaway. Right here, when I hit the collar drag and come up for that single, I should have just ran the pipe and gotten him off balance instead of trying to fiddle with that lapel. I already had a decent grip, and that allowed him to get that sumigaeshi and pretty much reverse the position here and get me to the back take and then into the side control position. So when you come up on that single, get the person off balance, take him to the ground. Don't fiddle with the lapel grip if you already have a dominant grip. So ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of the roll. Thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.